بسم الله والحمد لله ونصلي ونسلم على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. So we are continuing with our study of Al-Qawa'idu Al-Arba'u. So we reached, we've previously asked you to memorize the sentences. So in the first few lessons we've done As'alullah al-Karima Rabb al-Arsh al-Azim an yatawallaka fi dunya wal-akhirah. And we covered it in the last lesson also, وَأَن يَجْعَلَكَ مُبَارَكًا أَيْنَمَا كُنْتَ. Now, so in this lesson we'll be covering the next part, which is the statement of the author rahmatullahi alayhi Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, وَأَن يَجْعَلَكَ مِمَّنْ إِذَا أُعْتِيَ شَكَرَ. إذا أعطي شكر. وأن يجعلك ممن إذا أعطي شكر. So this part we break it down. So وأن, which means وأن. Let me just get the pen. Okay, and. So we've done and previously. So an has various meanings. So it can mean وأن يج, and that, or it can mean to also, and it's what's known as harfu nasb. It's called a harfu nasb. As we know from the Arabic lesson, nasb means fatha. So when a word ends with a fatha, one fatha or two fatha, we call it mansub. So an makes the verb, which is fi'l mudari', which is a present tense verb, it makes it end with a fatha. And that's why it says وَأَن يَجْعَلَكَ. وَيَجْعَلَكَ. As if the an wasn't there, it would read يَجْعَلُكَ. يَجْعَلُكَ. But because of the an, وَأَن يَجْعَلَكَ. And we mentioned what the word ja'ala means to make. وَأَن يَجْعَلَكَ, and that he makes ka, you. Because he's the author's making. So the first part we read وَأَن يَجْعَلَكَ مُبَارَكًا, and that he makes you mubarakan, blessed wherever you are. وَأَن يَجْعَلَكَ, so repeat it, and he makes you mimman. So man is من حرف جر زائد من, which means who, يساوي ممن. So the meaning would be from those, or so that he makes you min man, from those or from the one. Either. So many times we see in the Quran ayahs starting with إذا. For example, إذا زلزلت الأرض زلزالها, إذا السماء انشقت. And then we read in ayahs إذ. So for example, Allah mentions many times إذ قال لأبيه. For example, Ibrahim. So anybody tell me what's the difference between إذا and إذ? If you know it already, you don't have to answer.
إذ ظرف زمان. إذ أذكر ماما.
نعم. So إذ يتعلق بالماضي. So it's regarding the past. That's why in the Quran when Allah says إذ, like for example, he's talking about prophets because it's of the past. So the meaning of it, as the scholars of Quran will say, when Allah says إِذْ قَالَ إِبْرَاهِيم, then its meaning is أُذْكُرْ إِذْ قَالَ إِبْرَاهِيم. It means remember when Ibrahim said. So when you hear this إِذْ in its context, usually, so you remember it means أُذْكُرْ إِذْ قَالَ, remember when Ibrahim said to his father. And then إِذَا is for mustaqbal, for the future, and that's why most of the ayahs talking about Yawm al-Qiyamah begin with إِذَا, when, so when it's going to happen in the future. إِذَا السَّمَاءُ انشَقَّتْ إِذَا زُلْزِلَتِ الْأَرْضُ زِلْزَالَهَا, all the descriptions of the Qiyamah. So he says وَيَجْعَلَكَ مِمَّنْ إِذَا, that when, i.e. في المستقبل, in the future, إِذَا أُعْتِيَ. أُعْتِيَ is from the verb أَعْطَى. أَعْطَى means to give. أُعْتِيَ is like you are given. So the meaning would be, and that he makes you from those إِذَا أُعْتِيَ, when they are given, شَكَرَ. شَكَرَ, they give thanks. So it's just a fi'l madi, shakara, that when they are given, shakara, they give thanks. Now, so, and then he mentions another two characteristics, and these characteristics are taken out of the book of Ibn al-Qayyim al-Jawzi, rahimahullah, his book Wabil al-Sayyib, that he gives these excellent characteristics of the believer. So the meaning is وَأَن يَجْعَلَكَ مِمَّنْ إِذَا أُعْتِيَ شَكَرَ, that he makes you from those that when they are given, they are thankful. So Shaykh Fawzan, hafidhahullah, he says خِلَافُ الَّذِي إِذَا أُعْتِيَ كَفَرَ النِّعْمَةَ وَبَطَرَهَا. He says, in opposite to the one that when he's given, كَفَرَ النِّعْمَةَ, that he disbelieves in the blessing and rejects it. فَإِنَّ كَثِيرًا مِنَ النَّاسِ إِذَا أُعْتُوا النِّعْمَةَ كَفَرُوهَا وَأَنْكَرُوهَا وصرفوها في غير طاعة الله. And he says, because most of the people of mankind, when they are given a blessing, they disbelieve in it and they reject it, and they use that blessing, صرفوها, in other than Allah's obedience. And this is something which Ibn al-Qayyim goes into detail in his book, that parts of being one of the conditions of being thankful to Allah is that you use the thing that which he gave you, is a blessing for you, that you use it in that which he is pleased with, and you don't use it in that which he is displeased with. فصارت سببا لشقاوتهم وأما, and he says, which is also what Ibn al-Qayyim mentions in his book. So Shaykh Fawzan mentions the same. So that blessing which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you, it becomes, if you use it in disobedience to him, it becomes a source of something which can cause you grief and sadness. نعم. أما من يشكر, and as for the one who gives thanks, فإن الله يزيده, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will increase him, just as Allah says in Surah Ibrahim, وَإِذْ تَأَذَّنَ رَبُّكُمْ لَإِنْ شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. And the meaning from Surah Ibrahim, Ayah 7, and your Lord has promised that if you give thanks, or if you show thanks, لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ, then I will increase you. So he says, وَاللَّهُ جَلَّ وَعَلَى يَزِيدُ الشَّاكِرِينَ مِنْ فَضْلِهِ وَإِحْسَانِهِ. So Allah Jalla wa'ala, he increases the thankful ones from his virtues and from his goodness. فَإِذَا فإذا أردت المزيد من النعم فاشكر الله عز وجل. So if you want an increase in the blessings, then thank or give thanks to Allah, or thank Allah subhanahu azza wa jal. وإذا أردت زوال النعم فاكفرها. And if you wish that your blessings should disappear or leave you, then disbelieve in them. هذا وصلى الله على نبينا Muhammad. So in the next lesson, I'll be testing you on what we've learned so far, which is the 4 lines. أسأل الله الكريم رب العرش العظيم أن يتولاك في الدنيا والآخرة وأن يجعلك مباركا أينما كنت وأن يجعلك ممن إذا أعطي شكره. طيب, so we'll end it there because we've been doing a lot of, we've spent a lot of time today on the previous lessons. So any questions on it, we'll leave it for the next lesson. جزاكم الله خيرا وصلى الله على نبينا محمد والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم